Once upon a time, in a kingdom hemmed by black forests and silver rivers, there grew a tree unlike any other. In the heart of the king's garden, its limbs bowed heavy with golden apples, smooth and shining, brighter than coin or crown. They shimmered even at night, casting long shadows across the stone paths. But one morning, the gardener trembled as he approached the tree. "Your Majesty," he whispered, "a golden apple is gone." The king frowned. The next morning, another was missing. By the fourth night, guards were posted in shifts, yet none saw a thief. Only a single glimmering feather remained on the moss, luminous, warm to the touch. It was the feather of a golden bird. The king's eldest son, proud and strong, declared, "I will catch this thief." With sword in hand, he waited beneath the boughs, but sleep crept over him like ivy, and when he woke, another apple was gone. The second son went next, clever and quick. He laid traps of silk and baited them with gems. But in the deepest hush of night, he too slumped to the ground, dreams winding around him like chains. Another apple vanished. Then came the youngest son, the one the court called soft-hearted. He did not carry sword nor net, only resolve and quiet eyes. As night deepened, the orchard grew colder and the shadows thickened. He, too, began to drift, but a sudden rustle pulled him upright. And there it was. A golden bird, glowing as if forged from light, settled on a branch. It did not eat the apple, it seemed to drink it, drawing the glow from its skin into its feathers. When the boy reached for it, it flared its wings and flew, but not before losing a feather that floated into his palm, warm but humming, like it had a heartbeat of its own. He brought it to his father, who was pleased. "Find me that bird," the king commanded, "and I shall name you heir." So the youngest son set off into the woods, and the path behind him vanished. The forest was not as he remembered. Trees stood too still. Crows watched in threes. On the third night, cold and lost, he wept beside a dying fire. "You seek the golden bird?" asked a voice. A fox, red as rust and sleek as glass, stood at the edge of the firelight. "I do," the boy answered. "Then listen well. Do not stray from my path. And when you come to the inn with golden windows, do not enter." He nodded. They traveled together. The boy slept in brambles, drank from leaf pools, and followed the fox through thorny paths and frozen creeks. Soon they came upon a glowing inn, golden panes, warm laughter, music. "I just want warmth," the boy murmured. But the fox snapped, "Then you'll never see the bird." And it trotted ahead. He followed. They reached the kingdom where the golden bird was kept in a silver cage, guarded day and night. The fox warned him again, "Take the bird, but not the cage." The boy crept into the royal aviary under moonless skies. The bird sat still, watching him with eyes that glowed like dying embers. When his fingers brushed its feathers, it made no sound. But he hesitated. A bird so radiant should not be held in sackcloth. He reached for the cage. An alarm rang. The guards seized him. The king of that land was cruel. "Stealing from me," he snarled. "Fetch me the golden horse from the next kingdom, and I'll pardon you." And so it went. Each quest deeper, each palace colder. The golden horse, the golden princess. Each time the fox warned him, and each time the boy failed to resist temptation. A finer bridle here, a jeweled dress there. But each time he was spared. Each king, though angry, offered him another task instead of death, and the fox, though exasperated, stayed at his side. "I do not understand," the boy said once. "Why are they so quick to offer another chance?" The fox tilted its head. "Because the bird is not what it seems. They are glad to send you toward it." They returned at last with their prizes: the bird, the horse, the princess, all his. The kingdom welcomed him with bells and banners. His father wept with joy. But the orchard, the orchard. It was sickly now. The golden apples had turned pale. Some had split open, leaking something like sap, but darker. Yet when the bird returned, the tree pulsed with life again. The apples glowed. The trunk stood straighter. The boy saw this, and his skin prickled. The bird preened itself on the king's throne, its eyes ever on the orchard. That night, the fox appeared one last time. Its fur was duller now, its eyes dim. "You must leave," it said. "Take the princess. Run." "Why?" the boy whispered. "This land is a lure. The orchard, the bird, they are part of something older, an ancient thing beneath the roots. It sleeps, but it hungers." "For what?" "For you." He did not run. Not because he did not believe, but because he did not want to believe. He had earned his father's love. The people cheered for him. The princess held his hand. He would not abandon it all because of a riddle-spinning fox. But the bird changed. It grew larger. Its feathers shimmered less like gold and more like skin. It began to sing, not sweetly, but low and hollow. Its song made the windows frost and the orchard sway. The apples began to fall, rotting as they hit the ground. Then the boy fell ill. He wasted slowly, not in body, but in soul. He laughed less. He forgot his mother's name. When he looked in the mirror, his eyes no longer recognized themselves. Dreams came in flickers, roots snaking through his veins, his mouth filled with feathers, the orchard whispering his name. He saw the fox again in a dream. The creature stood at the edge of a pit, golden feathers falling like ash. "You were not the first," it said. "There were others." They walked this same path. They did not return. One morning, the boy awoke to find the orchard had bloomed overnight. The apples were too large. Faces seemed pressed behind their skins. He staggered to the tree. The bird sat above him, massive now, its eyes dark hollows. And it spoke. "You came freely, as they all do." Its mouth did not move. The voice came from the roots. The earth split open. The king found him the next morning kneeling before the tree, face pale and peaceful. "Just tired," he told the servants. "Let him rest." But the boy did not stir. The bird sat above him, feathers glistening anew. The apples were brighter than ever, and the fox was gone. In villages beyond the kingdom, mothers whispered warnings. Beware the fruit that glows at night. Beware the orchard that feeds. Thank you for joining us in the world of Twilight Fables. If you enjoyed this tale and want to hear more stories like this, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more.